Shalom, everybody. All right. This morning when I woke up, I say salute one who's watching us for the very first time. Those who are catching this live right now, you're catching it. Catch it at this time. No one else will catch it. I'm gonna say, wait. You who are in the States, you are up. There's something coming your way. And you need to be prepared for it. So this morning, Father, name me to a verse, a couple of verses, chapters. So we're gonna go through all those chapters. And all these chapters are amazing. Amazingly great, to where you ain't gotta guess or make. You can just see what happened in your face. And so, and hit the intro right now, because I'm not trying to be before you long. I want to hit this and be up out of here. Now, you might see me in a couple days, and you may not see me. Yeah. I got some stuff that's, some things that's coming, that's happening right now. And so I'm trying to work out some time frames for a lot of stuff that's going on. I gotta make time. It's important, right? And so that's what I'll be doing. I know about that later on, but right now, I may not know. And that's okay. Just know that you are here because the Father wants you to be here. And as many of those who are trying out the name part of Psalms and everything that you pray, to see some things happen. Like, I'll talk about it. Yeah. Said I'll be back after the intro. All right. Shalom, everybody.
Revelations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Satan cast into the lake of fire. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards and to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded or who murders or is sexually immoral or uses witchcraft or worships idols or tell lies. They will be thrown into that lake of fire and burning sulfur. This is the second death.
Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Hey, Yahuwah says your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Multitude like your haters, not your haters.
Beats by all the songs.
Truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors. Ayy, when you learn the truth, it will set you free. Many are held captive, stolen identity. But let me just shoot the breeze, release you from Satan's squeeze. He's all like enemies, no matter the color you see. That truth frame, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, yeah, truth colors.
All right. That's what we going to is Isaiah. Right. Now this text is going to get very, very vivid. Like it's, you ain't gonna have to guess nothing. It's pretty much going to tell you what to expect, what's going to happen. Like this, yeah, plain and simple. It's going to tell. So we're going to start with Isaiah chapter 12. This is what the Father told me to read today. Isaiah chapter 12. Read everything the Father told me to read. All the chapters. I'm going to explain them as they go along. Because it sets some things up. Now, something bad happened today. Right? To the king. But, you know, I'm still good. So I'm alive, whatever. But something bad did happen. But in the midst of the badness or the wickedness that people were trying to do, a lot good came out of it. So it's a small part bad, and a lot of other things that are really good. The Bible says that you are to know that all things work together for the good. Whether it's bad or good, whether it's good or evil, that all things means all things. All means all. So that means all bad things work out for the good of those who are called. All good things work out for the good of those who are called. So whether it's bad or good, or means something good to you or evil, something you are getting or learning something from this story that you're going to lead to the next thing you're supposed to be at. What it is, you never make it on time to the next destination. So, through this bad thing that took place, I end up having to go to this other place to get some things fixed or put back, if you will, or adjusted. But while I'm there, there's a person who is over Africa TV who lives in Nagambia. Now watch this. The Father knew he would be here on this specific day at that specific time. And so he knew the end will be trying to do what he's going to do, but the Father's going to still use it for his glory. In the end, I'm going to end up talking to this man who's over Africa TV in an interview with him to come and show people the face of so-called Africa and tell people who I am, as even as I showed it to them today. But guess what? Without this incident taking place, I would have never got a chance to do this. It would never probably have happened at the time when it was supposed to happen. But everything is appointed. On top of that, I end up getting some things on the car fixed that I needed to get fixed. You know, the window at first wasn't going up, and something happened. It wasn't going up after this incident. Now both windows go up independently, you know what I'm saying, of, you know what I'm saying, the main operator pulling up the windows and putting them back down. It's just a lot of good that just came with this. Let me see what else. I have an interview coming up due to this that just took place. I would have never met this man to get the interview done. And this man said, I want to have you on my show. I want to have you here. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much eagerness there. I got something better than I had the first. It's better. Like it's 10 times better. And so I just thank the Father for the good as well as the bad, or the good as well as the evil. I thank him for it. Why? Because without it, you don't grow. It says all things work together for good for those who are called, chosen. So that means every single situation, we have to know how to react to them. We can't be negative in that situation. We literally have to be, in a sense, or think that everything is going to work out for our good, even as it was told. If we don't believe that, we are wasting our time. So now, look what it says, joyful Thanksgiving. Now, something bad just happened to me. And the Father, watch this, before I know anything, he starts me off with Isaiah 12 and some other, scriptures. But this boy started off, look what it says, joyful Thanksgiving. I'm about to come out and see some things that's not going to be in a mindset of joyful Thanksgiving. But the Father's already trying to set my mind right before anything happens. Look what it says, in that day you will say. So since we know that it's not, oh Lord, not, oh God, or even JC, you will put the name that's above every name there. And that name is above every name is what? Psalms. The name above every name means that no one else in the earth has that name. Because you find the heart of Psalms does not mean that's the name. The heart of Psalms still denote heart of Psalms. Still denotes the judge. The heart of Psalms is like the same thing as the judge, the Lord. So all that is already just showing for what's being done. Everything is happening the way it is, right? In that day you will say, O heart of Psalms, I praise you. Although you were angry with me, your anger has turned away, and you have comforted me. See, comforter. Surely heart of Psalms is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For heart of Psalms is my strength and my song, and he has also become my salvation. With joy you will draw water from the springs of salvation, and on that day you will say, give praise to heart of Psalms. Oh, I did that. Come on. All right. Thank you for those who were patient in this. All right, I appreciate it. All right, moving on. All right, he has become my salvation with joy. You will draw water from the springs of salvation. On that day, you will say, give praise to, the name, Heart of Psalms. That's what the Father's name is. That's what the Son's name is. That's what the Holy Spirit's name is. Look how it goes in and says what? Proclaim his name. Now, why in the world does it say proclaim his name? Haven't the world been proclaiming his name? Haven't the church been proclaiming his name? Haven't the Black Hebrew Israelites been proclaiming his name? Haven't everyone been proclaiming his name? But why is he now giving like credence like, hey, proclaim his name? Meaning like, what? You just learned his name. Proclaim the name you just learned. Think about that for a minute. Now go into it. Now make his works known among the peoples. This is dealing with specifics. There it is again. Declare that his name is a why in the world. Look at that. Declare that his name is exalted. What name is exalted? Jesus? Has not been done for years. Isaiah? You understand what I'm saying? Joshua? Yeshua? Yashaya? Declare that his name is exalted. Why? It's a declare, meaning like you have learned something new, and now you must declare the name you have just learned. Meaning what? Why? If you got to declare it, that means that nations in the world does not know this particular name. Because if they know it, there will be no need to declare it because it will be already exalted everywhere. But it's telling you to exalt this name. Well, this name must be newly learned. It cannot be the same name as you call on today because that name has been exalted. The name Yashaya has been exalted for many years. Let's not go in the name of Jesus. That name has been exalted. Oh my goodness. But what about the name of Heart of Psalms? How exalted is that name? How many people know about to exalt that name? How many people know to declare that name? How many people know to pray in that name? How many people know that? Not many people. And the people are still some people are still struggling. But guess what? They ain't struggling no more. Father is speaking. And he's literally exalting that name. Prayers is being asked in that name, and things are being done. The Father is answering people in that name. Father is doing things in that name. Look what it says now, sing to the Lord. Now, why in the world does it have sing to the Lord unless the name of the Lord is Heart of Psalms, which has something that deals with music. And it is telling you to actually do something that literally lines up with that name. It says, sing to the Lord, Heart of Psalms. Watch this, for he has done glorious things. Let this be known in all the earth. Cry out and sing. O citizen, watch this, of Mount Zion, or Mount Lion, or Sierra Leone. For great among you, look at this, for great among you is the Holy One of Israel, which is what? The exalted one. He's saying the Messiah is among you. And once you learn his name, sing about it. Declare it. Go to the next one. Isaiah 13. Now, this is powerful. Isaiah 13. The burden against Babylon, that Isaiah, son of Amos, received. Look what it says with it. Raise a banner on a barren hilltop. Barren hilltop. Cry aloud to them. Wave your hand. Those are specific instructions. That they may enter the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have even summoned my warriors to execute my wrath and exalt in my triumph. Listen, a tumult on the mountains like that of a great multitude. Listen, an uproar among the kingdoms, like nations gathered together. Look at this. Heart of Psalms is mobilizing an army for war.
They are coming from faraway lands. You know what that means? This is tying right into Isaiah chapter 11. That's what it's spinning off of. They are coming from faraway lands. What that means? That is literally the diaspora. The Asprins who are coming up, preparing for war. Look, from the ends of the heavens, which is what? The four corners of the earth. Look, are the Psalms and the weapons of his wrath to destroy the whole country. Well, for the day of Heart of Psalms is near. It will come as destruction from the Almighty. Therefore, all hands will fall limp. Look what it says. He says, Heart of Psalms is acting in the power of the Almighty. Watch this. And every man's heart will melt. Means like those, there ain't gonna be no one who have brave heart. And you got heart. Now they ain't gonna have heart that day. They're gonna have coward. Terror, pain, and anguish, watch this, will seize them. They will writhe like a woman in labor. They will look at one another, their faces flushed with fear. I mean, something is going to be seen that is going to cause them to be terrified. Look at this. Behold, the day of Heart of Psalms is coming, cruel with fury and burning anger, to make the earth a desolation. Watch this. To do what? To destroy the sinners within it. That's what it's coming for. For the stars of heaven and their constellations will not give their light. Listen. The rising sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. I will punish the world for its evil. Now, what evil is that? They're going to literally put something in you that's no longer going to make you human. They're going to ask you to actually take this, and you will have a choice on to take it or not to take it. Now, if you take it, then you have destruction coming to you. But if you don't take it, then you are trusting the Father to literally take care of you, to watch over you. Watch this. I will punish the wicked. I will punish the world. I will punish the world, the world, the world. This is something that's going to hit the world wickedness for its evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. When you get this chip or take this mark or actually have something where you become a cyborg, you're talking about you becoming a cyborg, that is not what you was created to be. Once you become a cyborg, it's a wrap. Father don't know you. You are no longer human. That's what it's talking about. And the Bible calls it evil. He calls it wickedness. He calls it iniquity. Look at this. I will end the haughtiness of the arrogant. That's those who take the mark. And lay low the pride of the ruthless. He's telling you right now what kind of heart it is. You got to be ruthless to take the mark of the beast. So no matter what you try to say, oh, I had to take it so I can take care of my kids. Guess what? You are a ruthless individual. The Bible calls you ruthless. Let's go. Watch this. And it shows you that it's talking about the mark of the beast and how the mark of the beast will be. Number one, it's going to literally not make you a human. I will make man scarcer than pure gold. Now, wait a minute. And what does that mean? That means there's not going to be any really natural or original humans on the earth. Everyone's going to have some kind of work done to them, some kind of chip, some kind of technology put inside of them. And therefore, watch this. When you find a person who don't have none of those workings, the technology inside of them, that person is scarcer than pure gold. Meaning what? Pure gold, you don't really find pure gold. But most gold is usually mixed with something. But I will make man scarcer. That means few in numbers than pure gold. And watch this. And mankind. Why is it saying mankind? Notice it's not saying almost human. Because almost human is the mark of the beast. But mankind is you standing strong. And guess what? Anyone who has something inside of them, they're going to be fighting against the ones who are completely human. So if you are electing to stay a pure human being with no upgrades inside of you. And you are going to be scarcer than pure gold. And mankind rarer than the gold of Ophir. Now watch this. Where's the gold of Ophir at? It said it's scarcer. Rarer, meaning what? It's not easily found. That's what rare means. Like, it's not a lot of things. Therefore, I will make the heavens tremble, and the earth will shake from its place. Watch this. The moment when they start to do these things, therefore, I will make the heavens tremble, and the earth will be shaken from its place. That means the earth will be shaken from its place. That means there's an earthquake. It's like the earth is doing a whole spin around. It's spinning, meaning the earth. And I'm not talking about the earth, this round globe. I'm talking about literally the ground itself that you walk on, stand on, you be driving on. That ground is going to move from its place. Watch this. At the wrath of heart of Psalms, on the day of his burning anger. What did it say? On the day, not just any day, on the day of his burning anger. So on the day of his burning anger, and you see that this world, understand the anger of God is there. The anger of heart of Psalms is there. Watch this. Like a hunted gazelle. Think about this. People get their eyes caught up on a deer or a gazelle. They don't let their eyes off them. They're waiting to shoot it soon as it rests. Soon as they rest, bam, you dead. Next is like a sheep without a shepherd. Day of Yah's wrath. Day of heart of Psalms wrath. Each, look at this. Each will return to his own people. What does that mean? That the aspirants coming home. Since you are not from America, those who are not from America will have to return back to the lands from which they were taken. They will have no choice. You will have to return. Like sheep without a shepherd. Each will return to his own people. The Ham will turn back to Ham, and all the Ham extremities, and Shem will gather together amongst their own people. Each will flee to his native land. See? So that means you will go back to your homeland. Each will flee, will escape. Everyone. That means whites, our people, Mexicans, Asians, anyone who is out of sort, which is what? What's this? It ties in perfectly with the vow that was made in the book of Jubilees, that no one was supposed to cross over to any other lands to take the lands. Watch this. That means if there's foreigners or strangers who has gotten land over in so-called Africa, they have to give him up. And the money that they put towards the land, they cannot get it back. That means someone else inherits all of what they have put together. That's why I said you will inherit houses you did not build, cars you did not buy. You understand? Because everyone's going to be forced to go back to Russia, to Europe, to the UK, down to China, down to Japan. They're going to be forced to go back to Mexico. You understand? Everyone's going to be forced to go back, and you can see where the really Indians, where the so-called Indians come from, because they're going to be forced to go back where they came from. Everyone will have to go back where they came from originally. Why? Which will be implementing, and anyone who don't do it will be implemented by a curse. As long as you stay in a land that's not your own, there's a curse that's upon your life. So blacks want to stay in a land and want to say, oh, America's our land, and it's really not our land, then guess what? A curse will remain upon them as long as they're in that land. They will be forced to go back to their native land. That means their native land of origin, down to their ancestors. Wherever their ancestors came from, that is where they have to go back before slavery. Whoever, look at this, is caught will be stabbed. Meaning what? If you're caught trespassing on another person's land, literally the penalty is death. So if you are stuck or is in a place where you are not supposed to be, and your people do not inherit this land, then you will be killed up out of that land. Guess what? So those who don't want to return back to the land and want to stay there in America and stay all these different places, stay there means you want to die. I believe the prisoners are going to be set free too. Because obviously they will not be prisoners no more of America. They have to go back to their homeland. That means anything that's on them, the charges has to be dropped against them. Why? Because they're not doing it on their own soil. They did it on another piece of soil. And now that soil is sending them back home. As long as they agree to go back home, every single thing against them must be dropped. Because everyone has trespassed in this verse of scripture where no one was supposed to cross over to anyone's land to take it. If the Chinese is coming over to so-called Africa to take land or to buy land, guess what? There's a trespass. There is something wrong. Watch this. And whoever is captured will die by the sword. What does that mean? If you are in the wrong place at the wrong time, if you are an Asian and you're in so-called Africa, which is our land, the penalty for you is death. That means what? This signs out what? Nation shall rise against nation, which ties into Matthew chapter 24. That's exactly what you're looking at. Look, each will return to his own people. Nation shall rise against nation. Kingdom shall rise against kingdom. In the heart of many shall wax cold. Look what it says right there. Whoever is caught will be sad. The heart of many shall wax cold. And whoever is captured will die by the sword. And the heart of many shall wax cold. This is Matthew chapter 24 right here. Look at this. Down to the infants. Their infants will be dashed to pieces. Oh, I'm trying to raise a family here. All right, well, you ain't got a family no more. We done dash your baby to pieces. We're about to kill you because you didn't leave at your right appointed time to get back to your land. Watch this. Their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be looted. Meaning what? You don't belong here. But I paid all this money to be right here, you know what I'm saying, in Africa, so-called Africa. So what? You don't belong here. So the Russians, all people from Russians, UK, Asians, Mexicans, if you do not belong here, because white people, if you do not belong here, your belongings will be taken from you. Watch this. And your wives will be ravished, taken. They're going to have their way with them. So the men there in the land will have their way with your women. Behold, I will stir up against them the Medes, who have no regard for silver and no desire for gold. Their bows will dash young men in pieces. They will have no mercy on the fruit of the womb. They will not look with pity on the children. What that means? It's almost like a black man or white man having children with a black woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, she got to see with them. Always just going to kill them. Imagine your children being killed before your face. Why? Because they're the wrong color. This white, man decided to get busy with this black woman. And then the man who's there like, wait a minute, you don't belong here. Neither do these babies belong here. But we made them. We don't care. And they kill the baby. Notice they don't kill the woman. They kill the baby that is coming out the womb. They kill all the children that's mixed with this seed that does not belong in their land. That's what it's talking about. They will not have mercy on the fruit of the womb. That means you pregnant with a white man's baby, but you black. Can be killed. They ain't gonna beat them. Watch this. Martin Luther King's dream is literally the destruction of Martin Luther King's dream. I have a dream speech is being killed right now. They will have no mercy on the fruit of the womb, which is made up of black and white. Watch this. They will not look with pity on the children. Watch this. In Babylon, the jewel of the kingdoms, the glory of the pride of the Chaldeans will be overthrown by, part of Psalms, like Sodom and Gomorrah. He will never be inhabited. That's the whore, right? Or settle from generation to generation. No nomad will pitch his tent there. Actually, look at this. No nomad. A nomad is a person who don't have a home. It literally means that's an Arab. When you look in the scripture, it literally says no Arab, no Arabian will pitch his tent there. Meaning what? Arabians are settled in Babylon. So Saudi Arabia is Babylon. And then it's going to go on, watch this, into Palestinian or Palestine. No shepherd will rest his flock there. If there's no shepherd, then watch this, will rest his flock there. That means that this cannot be the promised land. Can be. It says no shepherd. Now, no good shepherd will rest his flock there. You know what? The people's not there. Watch this. But desert creatures will lie down there, and howling creatures will fill her houses. Ostriches will dwell there, and wild goats will leap about. Hyenas will howl in her fortresses. And look, fortresses meaning what? There's a palace, meaning there's kingdoms, meaning there was kings, meaning there was princes, meaning there was princesses, meaning there was queens. If that's the case, that place is definitely Saudi Arabia or down there in Mecca. Watch this. And jackals in her luxurious palaces. That is literally Saudi Arabia right there. Mecca, all the Dubai, all of them. Babylon's time is at hand, and her days will not be prolonged. It's right here. Let's go to the next one. Restoration for who? For the people, for our people. For Yah, or for a heart of songs, will have compassion on Jacob once again. He will choose his people and settle them where? In America? No, in their own land. The foreigner will join them and unite with the house of Jacob. The nations will escort the people, the diasporans, and bring it to its homeland. They will have to. Anyone who does not belong here, we have your ticket, we have your money, we have everything you need. Sorry we kept you this long. You got to go. But if you stay here, we're going to kill you because you don't belong here. So it's like you leave and go back to the land, or you simply die. That's what it shows right here. Go back to the land or die. Then the house of the people will possess the nation, see, as men servants and maid servants in, watch this, in Hardasam's land. They will make captives of their captors and rule over their oppressors. So that means that a lot of people here who are white, Asians, Mexicans, all that stuff, probably not going to want to go home or go back to their places. And therefore, they will choose to stay here and serve the people. Watch this. Some people ain't going to have no lands to go back to. Going to be up on the water. Then guess what they become? Slaves. Why? Because you can't be the head in our land no more. Why? Because now we have our own land back, and anyone who does not belong to our land, they become lesser than the people of the land. Therefore, you become servants to the ones who own that land. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be forced. They ain't going to have no choice. They will make captives of their captors. They will make captives of their captors. That means their captors are going to be the ones who are in their own lands. They're not going to want to leave, and therefore will be forced into slavery. They will make captives of their captors and rule over their oppressors. There it is right there. Some people ain't going to make it out of the land. They're going to have to stay here and serve. The fall of the king of Babylon. On the day that Hardassams give you rest from your pain and torment and from the hard labor into which you were forced, you will sing this song of contempt against the king of Babylon. How the oppressor has ceased, how his fury has ended. Hardassams has broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers, the scepters of the rulers, it struck the peoples in anger with unceasing blows. It subdued the nations in rage with relentless persecution. All the earth is at peace and at rest. They break out in song. Even the cypresses and cedars of Lebanon exalt over you. Since you have been laid low, no woodcutter comes against us. Sheol beneath is eager. Look at this. Now, this is where you start to get the scripture and says, look at this. It's talking about Babylon. The ones who are literally out of sort and those who are out of pocket. Sheol, death, hell, beneath is eager. meet you. This is where it comes in. So we haven't even seen this yet. This is soon to happen. Hell's beneath is eager to meet you upon your arrival. It stirs the spirits of the dead to greet you, all the rulers of the earth. It makes all the kings of the nations rise from their thrones. They will all respond to you saying, watch this, you too have become weak as we. Meaning what? Civilization has went into what it was before that brought forth its own destruction. All civilizations have been destroyed in this same manner, and you have fallen the same way as anyone else. You're no different, you're the same. You too have become weak as we are. You have become like us. You become just like the generations or the ancestors before. That's in all colors. White, Mexican, black, you name it, Asian. Your punk has been brought down to hell, along with the music of your hearts. That means the music you've been listening to is also coming down here too. Maggots are your bed, and worms your blanket. It just says you dead. While you alive, you are dead. How you have fallen from heaven, O day star. That's Lucifer, son of the dawn. Meaning what? This is literally the one who is causing people to tremble and cause them to be forced to take this mark. It's telling Satan, now you have fallen. O day star, son of the dawn, you have been cut down to the ground. O destroyer of nations, you said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of Heart of Psalms. I will sit on the Mount of Assembly in the far reaches of the north. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like Heart of Psalms. But you will be brought down to Sheol, to the lowest pit to the lowest depths of the pit. Those who see you will stare. They will ponder your fate. Is this the man who shook the earth and made the kingdoms tremble, who turned the world into a desert and destroyed its cities, who refused to let the captives return to their homes? See, who refused to let the captives return to their homes? So we see this right here. You're going to refuse, they're going to refuse to let people return to their homes. You can't go nowhere. Oh, you got child support. Oh, you got this, you got that. But the longer they keep you, destruction is coming towards them, as they are causing you to break the vow that was made between all nations. No nations before this time has ever agreed to go over to any lands. In fact, it all started with Noah and his sons. They all agreed never go over to anyone's lands to take it. And colonizing is taking lands that don't belong to you. That's what colonization is. Who refuse to let the captives return to their homes. All the kings of the nations lie in state, each in his own tomb. But you are cast out of your grave like a rejected branch, covered by those slain with the sword, and dumped into a rocky pit. Like a carcass trampled on the foot, you will not join them in burial, since you have destroyed your land and slaughtered your own people. The offspring of the wicked will never again be mentioned. Prepare a place to slaughter his sons for the iniquities of their forefathers. See what they did to us, our people. They will never rise up to possess a land or cover the earth with their cities. So you start hearing people saying, Al Qaeda is going to take over the earth, it's going to take over. It says it will never happen. They will never rise to possess a land or cover the earth with their cities. Means Shahara law will not be the law. Okay. I will rise up against them, declares Heart of Psalms. I will cut off from Babylon her name and her remnant, her offspring and her posterity. I will make her a place for owls and for swamplands. One part says, I will also, preserve it for waters. And what? Floods coming into land, coming into their land. And we've been seeing that with Saudi Arabia, like a lot of floods been coming into Mecca, coming into different places, right? And they're like, where's all this water come from? That's what he says he's going to do. I will sweep her away with the broom of destruction, declares Heart of Psalms. Look at this. Heart of Psalms purpose against Assyria. Heart of Psalms has sworn, surely as I have planned, so will it be. As I have purposed, so will it stand. I will break Assyria in my land. What did he say? I will break Assyria in my land. I will trample him on my mountain. His yoke will be taken off my people. Look what it says. So the Assyrian got his yoke on the people and his burden removed from their shoulders. This is the plan devised for the whole earth. And this is the hand, stretched out over all the nations. Heart of Psalms is purpose, and who can thwart him, like stop him? His hand is outstretched. That is literally the banner. It's talking about the banner. So who can turn it back? Meaning what? Turn back the time. Once that banner has came into play, time has speeded up. Has sped up. Meaning what? There's no more delay. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Since that banner has been exalted, time is no more. Look what it says. This is Philistines or Palestine or so-called Jerusalem, where they're at. What does it say? Jerusalem will be destroyed, or Philistia will be destroyed, or Palestine or Ashdod will be destroyed. In the year that King Ahaz died, this burden was received. Do not rejoice, all you Philistines, that the rod that struck you is broken, for a viper will spring from the root of the snake, and a flying serpent from its egg, literally the Antichrist. Then the firstborn of the poor will find pasture, and the needy will lie down in safety. But I will kill your root by famine, and your remnant will be slain. Well, O gate, cry out, O city, melt away, all you Philistines, for a cloud of smoke comes from the north, and there are no stragglers in his ranks. What answer will be given to the envoys of that nation? Or the Psalms have founded Mount Zion, or Mount Lion, or Lion's Mountain, where his afflicted people will find refuge, or Sion. Right? Now, next part. Psalms 23. All that I read today. See how it's all just putting everything out there before you. Heart of Psalms reigns. Heart of Psalms, he is robed in majesty. Heart of Psalms has clothed and armed himself with strength. The world indeed is firmly established. It cannot be moved. Your throne was established when? Long ago. That means no one can speak against my kingdom. It can't speak against my throne. You are from all eternity. Heart of Psalms is. The floodwaters have risen. Oh, Heart of Psalms. The rivers has raised their voice. The seas lift up their pounding waves. Above the roar of many waters, the mighty breakers of the sea. Heart of Psalms on high is majestic. Look what it says right there. Your testimonies are fully confirmed. That's what you need to be looking for. If you're looking at any other thing other than my testimonies, you are looking at the wrong thing. Look what it says, like the testimonies I've been given, saying what? I saw him. The testimonies that the Father gave me a new name. The testimonies of all these different things that the Father taught to me about the sun, the moon, and hands on or hands on a clock. It says your testimonies are fully confirmed. That means there's going to be more than one witness. It's going to be 2 or 3 witnesses for it to be firmly confirmed. So everything must be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. So he says your testimonies, all your testimonies is going to be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. So people are going to witness what you have said from your mouth. That's what it's saying to you. Your testimony, or the Psalms, are fully confirmed. Holiness adorns your house, O Heart of Psalms, for all the days to come. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Do not let anything discourage you at this moment. You have to see what is going on right now. Father is speaking loud and clear. He said he is going to confirm my testimony. So all the testimonies I've ever said in my life, the Father is going to confirm them, not one time, but he's going to give a sure foundation on those testimonies. You understand? So yeah. With that, that'll be our time here on Truth Colors. Thank you for you all tuning in. Like I said, I wanted to do this short video. Thank you for those who were patient with me earlier. But you see, it was worth it. It tells you from straight up, like the people are going to put something in their body. You're going to be required to put something in your body in order to buy, sell, or trade. And without doing this, it's going to be kind of hard to live, but it's not. Only for those who don't trust in the name of Heart of Psalms. Now, those who are trusting in the wrong names, you're not going to receive anything you need to receive. Everyone's going to have to literally repent and come down to the name of Heart of Psalms and come up under that protection. Those who do not will be killed. Point blank simple. That's what it is. You ain't going to survive. So, with that being said, remember, truth is not biased. It's absolute.
Yeah, so we are here at Truth Colors today, and today I blew my brother Yasha's mind, by telling him something that he didn't even know about. You see, the Father works in amazing ways. Yasha has had, see the background that I have right here. It has many colors. It's the Truth Colors background. So Yasha has had it since he started his YouTube channel. So me, in the process of doing reading my stuff and all that, I've read about the coat of many colors. The father, all the patriarchs in the Bible used to have that coat. It goes down from Adam all the way till Joseph, and during the period of Joseph is when the coat kind of disappeared, but it was the coat of many colors. The same thing is what my brother Yasha here has. Truth Colors. So you guys need to know that where all the colors for the truth are is where the Father dwells. So this guy has the truth and it's a bomb. If you guys are still double-minded, it's for your own doom. Check him out. Always listen to his words. The Father says, you listen to what he tells you. You don't look at what he's doing. Listen to what he's telling you. If you follow the instructions, boom, you'll be saved. If you look at Adam and Eve, they didn't follow the instructions. The Father gave them the instructions. They went away from it. They did their own thing. They leaned onto their own understanding. But right now, he's speaking to all of us through Yasha. So we're supposed to listen to what Yasha is telling us. Truth Colors. That's where the truth is. The way, the truth, and the lie. Yeah, my boy.
Appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it, fam. I do.
All right. We're going to cut it?
Yeah.
All right, fam.
Thank you for subscribing and supporting my Patreon channel, where the truth is not biased. It's absolute. I dedicate this channel through Nzambi Zulu to the awakening of my people and discovering who they truly are.
to bring out information and revelation that they may not see anywhere else. And as we embark on this journey together, feel free to shout with us. OBYU, featuring our brand, Goshen Black. You can also purchase New Truth music from me, your boy Heart of Song, aka Music, featuring Etana, Nizambi, JG, The Messenger, and other great artists on CD Baby and iTunes. It's time to awaken to the truth and power. Aren't you tired of being lied to? Truth speaks. Truth awakens. Truth comes.
Other Psalms.
Revelations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Satan cast into the lake of fire. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards and to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded or who murders or is sexually immoral or uses witchcraft or worships idols or tell lies. They will be thrown into that lake of fire.